Hello guys, welcome to CloudRaga. So in previous video, we talked about the reason why we are getting this mapping exception, all because of we have two different reference of same type, and Hibernate tries to map every single field as a column. So once office address is mapped, kind of not actually mapped, it goes for next field, and it has again same field. So there's a conflict, and that's why Hibernate says it's a repeated column. So what should we do so we can you know tell Hibernate that this is different field and this is different field? How to tell this? So for that we have to use one annotation, that is attribute overrides. So yep, things will remain same. Still worker will have these two fields, and then in our field, or where we are keeping these names, for now if I go back to our examples, worker is here, workers at address. So there is this address field, right? So wherever we are saying embedded here, after adding this at embedded, we have to override the fields names. So how it works? Let's see this right now. So after adding embedded, I have to say at attribute overrides, because we have multiple attributes to be overridden. If it was one, so one will be enough. But since we have multiple attributes to be overridden, so that's the array, and here I have to write at attribute override the first one. Then I have to give name, which field I want to override. So the field I'll pick from here, city or pin code. Let's start it in a sequence. So it's pin code. Then put a comma, and what you want to call that column? So I want to call that at column name. I'll call this office pin code. Office pin code. P should be capital. So that's my first field which I overridden. So now the pin code will be known as office pin code for this field. Likewise, I will override other fields. Pin code, city, state, and finally the country. Okay, and accordingly I'll name it. So office city, office pin code, office state, and the country. So now column name will get changed to this. The where value we are going to override. And same thing I will do with home address. Attribute overrides. Pin code will be now known as home pin code. Just copy this. Home city, home state, and home country. Yep, that's it. This is what we have to do. So the fields which were by default were named as pin code city, they becomes office pin code, office city, home pin code, home city, like that. So things remain same. Yeah, you have to do this much at least. One object for home address, one object for office, then map them in worker class. And let's do what? Let's remove this worker table because this is from previous implementation. So let's drop this table because we will see something else, and close all, refresh. So worker is gone. Let's go back to our tester file, right click, run as application. Okay, and you can see one query for create and one query for insert. Okay, let's see the database. So right click, refresh all. Okay, there's a worker table. Right click, select rows, and check out the impact. Now all fields have their own name, so you can easily identify which field is for what, like home city, home country, home pin code, home state, the name of the worker, then office city, country, pin code, and office state. So that's the impact of using this at or attribute override feature. So that's how you can rename your fields when you are trying to embed your objects. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Let's meet in the next video. In case you query your question, Feel free to drop questions on your comment section. Bye bye.